Alright guys, what we're going to do is just take a look at just another feature inside of Build a Game. This is one that we haven't actually really talked about or looked at before, so kind of focus in on it here. I'm going to go ahead and change this to gray, and then we'll go in and let's just make a new level right here. Alright, so one of the features inside of Build a Game is the ability to watch variables. It's going to be things where you might want to be able to watch a player's health, watch players' lives, things like that, coins, pickups, and stuff. So one of the things that we have inside of here, we'll go ahead and put this one in, is that you can do GUI elements. And you can do GUI elements two ways. You can actually place a GUI element inside of the game itself, where it's in the realm of the character and player, or you can put it on a camera. So if we go to our cameras right here, we'll go down to our GUI camera, and we can place a GUI camera inside scene. So a GUI camera, whatever size your scene currently is, that's the size it's going to be. The GUI elements have an auto stick, so if you just place them on there, they'll just automatically stick to whatever GUI element you place it on, the canvas area. You have a workspace on the side of it, and you can change the size, change colors, and all those good things. But what we can do though, I can kind of show you two ways. One is it's going to be inside the camera view, and then we'll do a second one where we'll place it in the game view. Let's go ahead and place a character in right here. Alright, we'll move the character up a little bit actually. And then for this one, let's go ahead and just display two properties for it. The first one on this, when it comes to the what we call a watcher, when it comes to watcher, there's a little brush right here, and you can actually tag whatever object you want to watch. I'm going to tag the player. And then inside of some properties down here, we'll just slide down here real quick. There is a watcher option, and what you can do is whatever you tag, it actually pulls up the values for you in this side, so you can actually drag through, see which ones are available to you. So how about we do this one for his health, and then we'll go ahead and just leave it where it stays on the whole time. Alright, and then make sure we do one other thing with it. And again, we're just going to try keep this to about 5 minutes, so we're just kind of showing just one feature here and there with it. The other option is we want to go to the text. We want to say that we want to actually enable text for the object. We don't want to really type anything in because we're just wanting to bring up the value itself. Then you can go between different types of fonts, different sizes, things like that. Once we have those, we'll go ahead and go down to the end part here. I'm going to actually turn my GUI panel to invisible. That way we can't see it, we'll just see the text only. Alright, so then we'll go over to the other GUI, and we'll do the same thing. We're just going to do the watcher, we'll stick it onto the player as well. But for this one though, we're going to do a little bit different. We'll do a, let's see, we'll turn font on, and we'll take size up to about 10 or 12, and then and we'll actually leave it a different font so you can see different ones for it. And then when it comes to the watcher type, how about we take this to the player's lives, that way we can see the live side of it. And the last thing we'll go ahead and do similar to the other one is instead of seeing the panel, we'll go ahead and just turn the panel off but leave the text showing. Alright, so we just attach two brushes to them, and then when we hit play, now we're going to see one, but we won't see the other, and I'll kind of show you real quick why. So on the top right, you see that we have live showing now for the player, but if we wanted to see the health, this is the part where when you're dealing with Canvas GUI and World GUI, you just have to identify what camera you're actually seeing with it. So if we go down, we'll see a little icon that shows for a camera. And the camera one, it's actually going to say, do you want to see it in both, or do you want to see it in one? And we'll just say we just want to see it in the game camera. And then for input, you can do either or. Alright, so now this time, we drop it in, we check it out. Now you actually have both of them going in there. So we have both of them going in there, but if you notice, you can move around, and you see this one is going to be there, but if we were to put a camera in, we'll notice that one stays, one doesn't. So let's add to our scene here. We're just kind of building it up organically. So we'll drop our follow camera in. So this will follow us around. And the other thought though, here, let's go ahead and drop that in so you can see it. So now that we can move around, you can see this one stays inside the scene, but the other one in the top right corner hangs on the GUI for the camera there. But what if you wanted the 100 to follow the player, sort of like have a health bar above the player? And we could do that with an image, or we could do it with a number like this. What we could do is actually on this one for the player, most tiles come with grouping for parenting. So we're going to actually say we want to parent the GUI to the player. That way, when we go in here and we play it this time. Alright, so now we actually have the health staying above, and then the options for the health actually have a tilt and a delay for the movement, so it has kind of a nice smooth movement to it. And when you jump, so now you can actually have your health following you behind it. And then just one last thing to check on it is that if you do have health, let's make sure that health can actually be used. So we'll make sure player, let's double check that player's health is not unlimited, but actually set for an amount. So he's got health of 100, and then let's double check that our lives are set. Got 3 lives and unlimited's off. So what that means is that we could actually go in here and place, for instance, a kill box inside the scene. And then that one, once it builds out, the fun part with that, because then you can walk by it, you get hit. Notice now that it went to 0, and then now lives are over at 2 now. Alright, so then one last part to that one is that when it comes to showing the different types of stuff on the screen, one of the nice things about it though is that by using the watcher, this can be related to, like I said before, it can be related to coins, to any information that you want to present on screen through the GUI from another object, and then from that object you actually create it through the level manager, which then determines whether or not a object has met the goal, has met the amount. But that's pretty much where all those kind of fall into place. Very simple one. Again, we just use a watcher, that we have variables for the watcher. We can even do a show a cursor here real quick so we can point things out. Alright, so again, just to kind of finish off, and if like on the 3, if you placed lives next to it, you put images, icons, elements to it, you can do all those types of things. And then this one, player has 3 lives, so he'll die once, he'll go down to 2, he'll go down to 1, and then he'll end with the 0, and then you wind up getting the player dead, and then it's waiting for the next state to happen. Alright, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.